Beautiful day. I'm like surprised at myself going into this. Hi to those of you who this is your first time coming across my video, my channel. I am Marissa, also known as Miss Black, the founder and owner of Experience Black International at marissablack.com. I started out with saying I'm on a roll today. This is actually my third video that I'm recording. I haven't been in much of a recording mood lately. I've been doing just my OG's United Energy Forecast and the Beauty and Balance episodes, which usually comes out on Friday. And today I recorded episode 9. It's titled The Truth versus the Lie, the Beauty and Balance episode 9. And I also made a few updates to the July 2021 OG's United Energy Forecast, which can be located on Patreon, the OG Academy on Patreon. But the easiest way to find anything is by going to my link tree. You can access my link tree by going to linktree/Experience Black, or you could access it via marissablack.com. Go to the Goddess Lounge and tap on Ask Miss Black. When you tap on that, that'll provide you my link tree, which is where you'll be able to access anything that is important that I have highlighted at that time. All right, so that will be the most recent or the present OG's United Energy Forecast for the month, as well as the most recent Beauty and Balance new vlog episode. All right, and whatever other goodies, if you would like to schedule me for an energy reading, the energy reading is titled Dope, Delivering Optimistic Prophetic Evolution. That is what I do here. So I pretty much incorporate sound healing. I'm a Reiki master, and I also use different cards to provide a message. And I'm just inspired with today being a Cancer new moon. It's also about to do some thunderstorming outside, and it looks like it. And anyone that knows me knows that I love the rain, the water. So yeah, I'm just inspired to do a reading on this beautiful Friday. So I'm going to start out with, I'm feeling a shift in the energy. That's why I want to dive in and see what's going on. And I figured, why not record it? All right, so I'm going to start out with our chakra alignment deck, which provides us ancient wisdom to help us heal and balance our energy, our personal energy. So yes, our crowning energy for the month of July 2021 was meditation. And I must most definitely, have been doing just that, being still, processing every, oh, there goes the thunder. Processing everything that I've been learning, the new connections and new relationships that have been being established, on a creative note as well as with business. And just, being that I can feel things are really progressing, with the world opening back up, we're having some changes take place in the realm of currency, which I've been expecting for quite some time and have been trying to figure out what God has been trying to show me, what my role is going to be when it comes to, developing or creating a new form of currency and, what that's going to look like. So with that being said, I'm excited about this new energy. It's been, a pretty daunting period of time, that I've been going through, with all the changes and being in an environment that, I'm grateful for, because I know that things could always be worse and I could be in a most definitely be in a different situation that's less favorable. But when it comes to business and, growing and evolving, those are things that are very important to me. And I understand this season was meant for me to be still and, just to take inventory and, take care of my spiritual business. Oops. I had a card jump out. psychic development. I haven't gotten this one before, number 27. But taking care of my spiritual business is funny. I was saying that, and psychic development comes out, so I know this message is definitely for me, for starters. But you gotta be still to do that. You gotta meditate. You gotta be quiet. You gotta go within, and deal with all of your personal things before you can go out into the world trying to help anybody else deal with theirs. You know. So let's go to the right page. Psychic development. This is the third eye chakra, number 27. You have called upon this card today as it is a powerful time to develop your psychic abilities. Connecting to our psychic awareness is like having an extra sense. People often refer to it as the sixth sense. Everyone is psychic, including you, and now it is time for you to deepen your psychic abilities. You could possibly have a lineage of psychic ancestors, as this gift can be handed down through your bloodline. There are four main ways we connect to our psychic abilities: through vision, hearing, knowing, and feeling. These senses are like muscles. The more you work with them, the stronger they become. There is usually one sense that comes more naturally to you than the others, and you are encouraged to focus on it. This card is a reflection that it is time to start flexing your psychic muscle to discover new wisdom for yourself and others. It would be a great time to attend a workshop to assist you, to read some books, listen to some podcasts, whatever medium suits. It is time to dive in. As you grow in your abilities, you will receive an abundance of wisdom, love, and guidance to enjoy and to share with others. Pulling this card could also mean that you have been working on your psychic abilities, and you are encouraged to keep going, as the answers for you at this time will come through your connection to your higher self. This is such a powerful time of development and learning. Make sure you take the time to honor and nurture your gifts and this process. The affirmation: I am deeply connected to my intuition, and I reclaim my psychic gifts now. That is hella interesting, because that is just exactly what I was just saying. But I didn't expect to go, that deep into elaborating on it. But the card jumped out, you saw it, heard it, or whatever. But psychic abilities, this is something, that I can say I've had all my life. When I was younger and I had experiences where I saw things that wasn't really there, on some sixth sense, real life stuff, whether it was a spirit or, a presence of, I don't know, I just used to see things. I'm grateful though that my experiences of, seeing haven't been that frightening. Like I didn't feel like any dark energy, really messing with me as a child. So, I didn't fear it so much as a child. But I will say the instance where my pineal gland opened and I had this ringing noise and this body vibration and this light beam out of my forehead. Experience that happened when I was maybe about 21, somewhere around there. I'm trying to think if it was before or after my car accident. But I most definitely had, it was after the car accident. I had a chain of events that happened after, I was in a car accident, the car flipped. I'm grateful that I walked away with, without any physical injuries. I had a little tightness and soreness, whiplash, and, it kind of went away naturally, and I'm grateful for that. But that experience most definitely was like a start to my spiritual awakening journey, and for God to show me, the gifts that He's provided me with, and with the season that we're in now, I have an understanding of the purpose those gifts are going to play in, my life moving forward. Being able to read cards, read symbols, read energy, is something that I'm getting more comfortable and confident in doing and sharing with people, because I see the benefits of it, from my own personal experience, but I also see where a lot of people could benefit, most definitely, by bringing more clarity, more guidance, and insight to support them in, these crazy changes that are transpiring in our crazy, crazy world. All right? So, psychic development, you may be attracted to me, or what it is that I'm doing here, because you may be beginning your spiritual awakening journey, or graduating in your spiritual awakening journey, and I may be a guide to assist you. I most definitely feel like I'm graduating. I don't feel as though there's like a cap and gown, here's your certificate moment, but I do feel as though there is a graduation and evolving or evolution, process that occurs, and that by the new gifts that you recognize that are available to you. And that's most definitely what has happened to me. Before I would, sense stuff, but now, like, I get the messages, like, and I would have to decode them and figure it out and sit still and, pen and paper it out to kind of figure out what the messages meant. But now it's just like, yeah, once you get to understanding cycles and, seeing things for what they really are, you're able to better recognize, your spiritual gifts and how they have evolved. All right, so I'm going to start out with our Rider-Waite Tarot deck, to get some cards here. I'm not going to go with our traditional layout that we use for the OG's United Energy Forecast. I want to leave that just for that. So whatever cards come, I'm going to read the energy and share the message. All right. All right, so our first one is the Three of Pentacles. The message that's first coming to me is through someone becoming the Chariot, through someone becoming more self-aware, more in tune with who they are, their spiritual gifts, because they have been, doing the work, clearing out, their baggage, things that have no purpose, in the direction in which they're moving in life. They are connecting with either a person or a group. New alliances are being formed, and, contracts, agreements are being, formed at this time. New agreements are coming together. This could be in relationship, in marriages, in a commitment. It could also be business, finances, career opportunities. Declutter was the message that came out earlier. Yeah, Four of Wands. So this is most definitely stable opportunities and commitments that are coming, that may be creative pursuits, but they're most definitely grounded and fruitful and in alignment with your highest and greatest good. And I started out saying declutter was the message, that the outcome that we received in the OG's United Energy Forecast. And that was pretty much telling you to prepare for what's to come, You have to make room, letting go of old things, people, places, situations, habits, belief systems that no longer serve you, and things that left you out in the cold, things that left you feeling incomplete, unfulfilled, dissatisfied, out of alignment with, who you are and what it is that you're here to do, which is, the Five of Pentacles. So you may be currently in that situation or gradually moving forward, into, a grounded, healthy commitment that you want, that your heart desires, that your soul desires. Yeah, so we have, two cards here that represent loss and grief, so whatever, situation that you may have found yourself in that you are recovering from, just hold on tight, you got this. And I'm not just saying that just because, it sounds good. I know how this feels, even right now, I'm still, rebuilding myself, my life, my finances, my business. And that was from, unfulfilling, incomplete situations. The cups are our emotions, crying over spilled milk, looking at time and emotions and energy that was invested in something that, turned out to be an illusion, that turned out to be fake, that turned out to be out of alignment with, who I truly am, and, for whoever this message represents or resonates with. We all want something that is grounded in truth, that is stable, that is fruitful. The Four of Wands is also known as the 1111, the twin flame card, the happy, family. You see the two people with the castle in the background. This is a union, a commitment between people or parties that, are here with purpose and recognize they have purpose and aren't afraid to, be their true authentic self, to, be able to guide and, direct others, from a place of misery and grief and into, a more blissful, life experience. Because some people can be stuck in, grief and disappointment for so long, or that's all they know, and it takes, someone who has done the work, that has evidence, that, can show the way, and they can be a shoulder, a leader. All right, so let's see, is there any more cards here? That's it. Alright, so I was moved to stop, and the star is on the bottom of the deck. So what I'm getting from that is, and the Knight of Cups is on the top. Alright, so what I'm getting here is we're dealing with Starseeds, and the star can mean a lot of different things: divine guidance, Aquarius, mental energy. It can, stand for a lot, represent a lot. But in this situation, and from, the previous messages that I've gotten, that I feel like are in alignment with this, I'm looking at people who are star quality, star seeds, people who, have a special light, a special gift, something that, they've been placed here to share with the world. And when you have that gift, you should check out the Beauty and Balance episode 9 vlog. Although it may seem like it's catered towards women, I feel like, you know, men can gain value and insight from it as well. But more specifically, those that are know that they were born to be stars, you know. A lot of times your life may have come with a lot of disappointments, frustration, you know, obstacles, and, you know, different things that took place in your life that at the time of going through them, it is really coming down out there and it's windy. But yeah, different things that took place in your life that built your character, that gave you a story to tell. You know, our stars are usually people who, you know, whether they are authors, whether they are musicians, whether they are speakers, public speakers, you know, leaders in different roles and different, you know, industries. These are people who stand out because, you know, their level of confidence and, you know, how it is that they're able to connect and relate to others. So a lot of times, you know, most people can relate to heartache, grief, you know, disappointment, sad times, you know, struggle, you know. A lot of people can relate to that, especially, you know, in the world. Hip hop is coming to me, like hip hop music. You know, a lot of the artists have most definitely a lot of the stars that we love. You know, if you listen to their stories, they come from struggle, you know, and in all cases, you know, they're pursuing, you know, stability. They're pursuing, you know, financial security or financial success, material wealth, you know, where they're able to, you know, do more for themselves and their families and their communities, whatever it is that, you know, they feel inspired to be able to do and give back and share. So with that being said, you know, it takes in some instances for those stars, for those star seeds, you know, to connect with the right people, you know, make the correct connections, the right alliances, you know, with the right people that have the skills, you know, the experience, and, you know, the heart to, you know, really see, you know, these stars, these individuals, these creative beings, to really be invested in their growth, their evolution. So with that, you know, times are changing, you know, technology has changed, and a lot of the media and, you know, advertising channels that, you know, previously had control. I'm kind of getting this message as I'm speaking, so bear with me. But that control is being shifted at this time, and that shift has been taking place for a little while now. So when people who were star quality, star seeds, you know, people with their gifts and talents, that they were put here to inspire and, you know, share with the world, they are going to be looking for assistance, you know, from the right people to help them get to the next level in their career, or they've already been doing that. So that is where, you know, these contracts and agreements are going to come together. And what I'm getting, going back to the beginning with the psychic development, this is something that we all have to develop. You know, discernment is one of those things that, you know, you gain from developing your psychic abilities. That helps you to recognize who's who and what's what. Because in reality, in life, you know, and if you've had your share of your losses and disappointments, you know that, you know, everyone doesn't have your greatest good, you know, or your best interest, you know, at the forefront of whatever it is that's going on. So you have to take responsibility for that. I don't care, you know, how shiny what is being presented. to you is and how good it sounds. You know what I mean? You want to be able to have a certain level of awareness of who you are, you know, starseed or not, a regular human being or not, you know, whoever, you know, you want to be able to navigate and discern what's for you and what isn't, to keep it simple, you know what I mean? But I'm going to go into the Soul's Journey lesson real quick and see, you know, if I get a message that can kind of bring this home or better clarify. And I'm looking at the cards here, and I'm noticing that, you know, the direction in which the message is flowing, blame. All right, so that's the answer that I was looking for. I accept responsibility for my well-being. And we have peace on the bottom. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. All right, so what I was about to say was I equate, you know, the moon cycles, you know, I put that into consideration with the messages as well. I started out saying we're in a Cancer new moon. Cancer deals with emotions, you know, cups. So I'm trying to think, what was the last moon cycle? The full moon. Excuse me. Damn, what was the full moon? I can't think of it right now, what the last full moon was. But either way, you know, that energy, you know, in alignment with the summer solstice, like I felt that transition. I felt it. And, you know, I most definitely feel like I finished up whatever type of releasing I needed to do from an ancestral standpoint, not just for myself, but for, you know, my bloodline, my family. You know, the whole generational and family healing has most definitely been a theme for me for the last few years. I've been aware that I've had that responsibility in this lifetime now for a few years, and it hasn't been an easy it has not been an easy ride, I'll say, but with that being said, what I'm looking at from my personal standpoint, I know that, you know, these messages resonate with, you know, your vibe attracts your tribe. So this message is going to resonate, even though I can relate to it, it's going to relate to other people's story as well. So the central energy, you know, is that grounded, stable, you know, foundation in love, business, career, whatever you value as an individual. And, you know, we had our share of, you know, experiences in our life that, you know, gave us, you know, the not so favorable feelings that, you know, came with them, but that taught us valuable lessons about ourselves, about our lives, and about our desires and aspirations. And because we become clear on those things, for those of us that this applies to, you know, new energy is coming in, you know, with emotional, fulfilling experiences, opportunities, and relationships are most definitely here on the table for those who have done the work. Now, I'm being inspired to read both blame and peace. So I'm going to start out with blame for whoever needs this message. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Balance means bringing a sense of I'm reading the wrong one. I'm like, hold up, that don't even sound right. It's blame. How many times I'm gonna flip to the wrong page? I accept responsibility for my well-being. It is so easy to give away the power to transform your life. Certainly, there have been people along your path who have shaped you into who you are today. But you are solely responsible for your own happiness. The ego can be a very fragile thing, and if it comes under fire, the first instinct is to blame an outside force. Victim consciousness weakens the connection that you have to your soul source. This mindset says, I don't have the power inside myself to break free because someone else's power is stronger. This is an illusion. When you believe that someone else is responsible for your problems, that belief is the problem. Personal responsibility can empower you to change your reality. Lasting transformation always begins on the inside and works its way out. There is a difference between a reason and an excuse. A reason is valid and unavoidable. An excuse is an attempt to shift the blame. All right, so really quick before I move forward, that rain is really coming down. I'm going to share really quick from the Beauty and Balance, episode 9. Now, even though you can find the video on different platforms, the full report can be found on Patreon and in my link tree if you're looking at this within the week that I posted it. All right, so I posted this earlier on Facebook also, but it was like, shout out to the individuals from the male species that are intimidated by my assertiveness, dedication, and determination in the business, quality relationships, and network building realms. The males that stuck their foot out to trip me, the ones that told a pawn to lock the door when I pull up, and the ones that took my ideas and concepts and realized they need me for it to flourish. Universal law will beat civil and common law's ass any and every day. Gratitude for the lessons. Miss Black. And to sum that up, that's what was on my mind first thing I woke up this morning. I'm not, blaming anyone for my hardships, or the challenges that, I've had, my losses, my disappointments, my things that I've had to grieve about and release and let go of. Life happens to the best of us. And, I've gone into situations that I received guidance, from people that maybe I should reconsider doing that. I'll be more specific. I should reconsider working with certain people or working for a certain person, and I didn't listen. I kind of went forward with, the opportunity, and, it left me in an unfortunate situation. Then I was also in a situation where I took someone else's, guidance in a situation that I should move into. And that too wasn't, that didn't necessarily help me, Although I'm a person who likes to learn from all of my experiences, so I take the good with the bad. But I do also feel as though I've wasted time and energy, in certain situations with lessons that, I didn't need to learn again, or I didn't need to learn on a deeper level, another level, But at the same time, we say that, everything happens for a reason, and I'm just, taking the punches and just, picking up and moving forward. and just recognizing that everybody doesn't have my best interests at heart. And with me having a big heart naturally, my Pisces loving ass, compassionate ass, I'll say, I needed, some of those experiences to make sure that when I'm in a much better place, financially, better than I was before, with a more solid, stable foundation, that I won't be able to allow people into my circle, into my space, interrupting that. Someone tries to pull up and want to just, shine off my light. Like, nah, we ain't doing that. You know what I mean? What you putting in the pot, what you contributing to this collection plate of how we can make sense together. That's the Miss Black, the $M Black, beautiful looks always created kindly, because that wasn't always me. I was bending over backwards, helping people, in times when I was the one really needing the help, stuff like that. And I don't have any regrets, like I said, but I've evolved, I've grown better, and I know better. And I ain't Jesus. I love Jesus. I appreciate the master teacher, that he's been, and the lessons and the things that he's taught me as far as the importance of teaching a man to fish and having compassion, for the people, men, women, and children that I encounter that may not have the awareness and the, connection with the divine and so forth. So have patience and have compassion, but at the same time, get your coins, get your fish, because you need them to be able to, feed yourself. And, once you got that to a place that you need to have that, then you're able to, feed and teach others how to do what you do. All right. Now we're going to go to peace and close this message out, because, I always say it every time the card comes up. That's my favorite card. Peace is something that's what balance is all about for me. Peace in my mind and in my heart, and my birthmark is, shaped like the Wu-Tang symbol, which also is a representation of peace to me, All right. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. This is a gentle reminder that balance in the mind is imperative in order for your soul to live its true nature. At this time in your life, you are to learn the value of peace and quiet and the joy of being still. One can never be truly connected to the source when the mind is engaged with unneeded chatter. Look around your life and be conscious of what elements are taking you away from the peaceful nature of your soul. Who or what is interrupting this solitude? It is time to reconcile past hurts and perceived injustices. Your peace may also be fostered by changing your outside view. Create harmony around you, physically, with order and calm. Trust the voice of your higher self to create an environment in which you can truly be in tune with your soul. So environment is a big part of, one's peace that they may have or may not be experiencing at this time. And for anyone that is of star quality, starseeds, people who have, exceptional gifts that they are in tune with, and, they've been gifted to share with the world, personal responsibility, the opposite of blame, and peace are going to be essential, for you to be able to, tap into your creative energy, and stay in alignment with source divine energy, which is where our inspiration comes from, and being able to cultivate it and create, beautiful art, or masterpieces, whatever, that is, or architecture, a designer, there's no limits to what a creator can create, or build or manifest. So we want to make sure that we're doing it from a place of love, and, we're self-aware, but as aware also of everything in the world and how everything works together, and making sure that whatever we're creating is to help us in the world. It's not, taking from, it's not harming the environment. It's not harming, people's mental, emotional, physical, financial well-being. Okay? So that's the, weekend message that we got here today. It's 40 minutes long, but I hope whoever comes across this message receives some type of value. If you do, please support us, like, share, subscribe on our different platforms. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. As of now, I'm not censored on any of the platforms, and I am grateful to, have my engagement back. But with that, I have lost some people along the way. So, to let people know, what it is that I'm doing. If you feel as though they could benefit, please get the word out. Help me get the word out, and help me build this platform, for us to be able to, be great in all that we do. Yes, in all that we do. Become a Black Card member if you can. And if you can donate, I have PayPal as well as Cash App, $experience black. Everything will be much appreciated. Again, thank you, and peace and love to